Hello, everybody.
Hellos.
We're here.
Again.
We're doing this.
Again.
He says again because we already took episode number 1. But then we decided against it. We're going to do this again. And today's episode is about dating versus marriage. We got so many messages to do this certain topic. So we're going to do that.
What? No,
Yeah.
seriously. Support from everyone around us is just amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. We did not think that people were going to be interested in hearing us talk about such things.
Us.
About us, yes.
Right.
All right. Dating versus marriage. We have a few notes here. The first question is, how long have we been together?
8 years now and
Yes.
more.
8 years. No, 8 years.
8 years?
This March.
8 years is much. Yeah.
So we first went out on the first date in March 2013.
31st.
31st March 2013. That was the first time we went out together. It was a great time. We were
Kids. We were children.
Yeah, I was
Kids.
16. He was 17. It was lovely.
That was cute.
All right. Oh, and for people who live in Kuwait, where we are right now, we went to Marina Mall. Like, can you get more cliche? It doesn't get more cliche than
I
that.
mean, like, that's where all love stories in Kuwait start.
That's
Marina.
very true. That was another thing that was requested. Just talk about life in Kuwait as a married couple.
I'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Okay. So, best thing about dating someone at a young age and the worst thing about dating someone at a young age. Let's start with your opinion. What would you say the best thing would be?
The best thing is if you guys manage to stick together after, because people do tend to change a lot through the years, and we started dating at 17, so we matured a lot through those almost 8 years. So if we manage to stick to each other throughout all of those changes in our personalities and everything, I mean, it solidifies the relationship. It gives it more meaning, a stronger foundation.
Yeah, but what would you say the best thing would be about dating someone while you're still, growing? While being a kid.
You get to grow together. Not a lot of couples or people are strong enough to go through these huge changes.
Changes like what, you mean?
Like in your personality, your interests. A person completely changes from high school to uni and from uni to work.
Yeah.
And if you manage to adapt to these changes, then that's what makes you sure. And it's time to get married.
Yeah, but not everybody dating
that's at least my opinion.
looks to get married. But yeah, I agree. But also, for me, dating at a young age, he was the first person I dated. I did crush on a lot of guys. I did speak to a lot of guys. Sorry, mommy and daddy. But he was the first person I was like, yeah, I'm sure I want to be this person's girlfriend. Which, by the way, in our community is like I wouldn't say it's forbidden, but it's just frowned upon, like
Definitely.
dating in general. Yes, in Arab countries, not just over here. It's just not something you'd hear about, at least not publicly. But anyway, we did that publicly because we don't really care about what other people think, which is another thing we're going to be talking about soon, like breaking traditions. Anyway, for me, the best thing was just being silly, being spontaneous, being childish, and being okay with that. It's so much fun. It's thrilling. You do crazy stuff together, and if you're lucky enough to be with someone who totally gets you or has a lot of things in common with you, then you're kind of excused. So you can do so many crazy things, but if you do it together, how awesome would that be, So I was able to do lots of things with Sari that were much more exciting because I didn't do them alone. So that would be my answer. Yeah, and what would be the worst thing about dating someone at a young age?
Okay, so just so that we're clear, starting from a young age until you get married, like that's the kind of question, right?
No, I would
Like, are
say
you just
starting
saying
from a young, like school until you maybe graduate college. That's young.
I'd say FOMO. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like fear of missing out from other stuff because you're committed.
Yeah. I mean, every single guy, at least that's what I believe in, every single guy should have a taste of that wild, retarded side of just
Guy?
people in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Should have fun, should go out, just silly dates, hookups, having fun, you know? And
Oh my God, are we influencing people to do that?
I'm not influencing anyone. I'm just talking about my opinion, which can be as invalid as nothing
No, I
else.
wouldn't say your opinion is invalid, but it's just.
I know it is
it's-
frowned upon as
No,
well.
not frowned upon either. It's just it's a strong opinion that not many people
Of course.
would like to follow.
Yeah.
But in this podcast, we are free to say whatever we would like to say. No judgments. Yeah. So you were saying you think you have that strong opinion that every person at a young age
yeah.
has to have the right to experience things and like,
I'm not talking about sexuality, by the way. I'm talking about at least when you start dating, you tend to just not give in much effort into other sections of your life, which is like friendships
or finance.
or finances as well. You don't get to work on yourself as much because you're so madly in love with the person that you're with. So you wouldn't take care of yourself as much, and all of that is the FOMO. Because once you grow up,
You can't do that.
Yeah,
You can, but not.
it's not as strong as it's not a foundation anymore. It's not
Yeah.
like when you were growing up, you developed this habit. You were too busy looking at your relationship. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
the FOMO
so
about
basically, what you're
everything,
trying
yeah.
to say is just the freedom to explore without being anchored by your relationship.
Yes.
And I agree, 100%. Yeah, and that goes to everybody. Yeah. Okay, that's the worst thing. Worst thing for me. What would I say? Worst thing about dating someone at a young age? Maybe the inexperience. So you'd run into so many problems, and you may get frightened and then just either give up or not know how to fix it. Or also something that is very common that we see around us is many depressed young couples. Because young people and young couples are very impressionable, and they grow up thinking that the things they watch on TV is real life, and that you're gonna meet someone and blind, love.
It's gonna click.
Yeah, it's
Everything
just
is
gonna
gonna
click.
fit in so perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna realize maybe they will feel that with someone, but then they'll realize that cannot be
It
sustained.
is never effortless.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
seriously,
never
one
effortless.
in a billion maybe.
So maybe just that sadness, that component of just your expectations being crushed at a young age, and then you taking that idea and carrying it over. That would be the worst thing about dating at a young age. Okay.
So what kind of idea was crushed by me when we started dating? You little shit.
We're also swearing in this podcast.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it was crushed. I'd say it was built because it wasn't there. And it's what I just said. Just that idea that a relationship, if you want to commit to someone, one person, you have to work really hard to keep that going. Because as you mentioned earlier, you grow every single year, every single day, you change, your habits change, your personalities change. And then if you're not willing to work it out and adapt, it's just not going to work out. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to talk about marriage and married life. We've been married for
4 months now.
4 months
October
now.
10th. Yeah. 2020. The year of the eventful year.
Of our lives.
Yeah.
That's
See that silence? Go on.
That's all we had to say. I think we decided to do it in 2020, not only because it was the right thing to do after being together for so long,
8 years.
yeah, but also because, okay, let's talk about this seriously. You and I are not traditional at all. We don't like to be peer pressured. We don't like to be put under the just expectations, or actually we don't like to do things that are expected of us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's part character and part just wanting to be rebellious.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if I'm like...
That's both of us are like that.
Yes, both of us are rebellious. And we genuinely are not convinced. So we're not only doing this to disappoint people and family. We love our families very, very much. But we just don't understand why we're supposed to do things just because they're
expected of us.
Yeah, and just because these set of rules were put hundreds of years ago that somehow still apply to us today, no. I am here to say no. If something makes sense, for sure. We're gonna sign up for it. We're gonna do it.
We're not here to offend anyone, because a lot of people are they're full on with traditions.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're not trying to offend anyone.
Yeah, but every coin has two sides. I mean, like, if you're with it, we can be against it. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not attacking.
So
personally.
I'm just like prefacing what I'm about to say. So we decided 2020 for more than one reason, but I think the biggest reason was just trying to save up, right? I think, we just wanted to save up as a young couple who just, you could say, like, recently graduated. We just didn't want to spend that much on a wedding, on an Arab wedding, you guys, Arab wedding.
In Arab traditions, they expect the guy to pay for the whole wedding, just like how they expect the girl to pay for the whole engagement.
And it's not guy girl, it's guy's family, girl's family.
Yeah.
And we weren't not down for that
at all.
So we used 2020 as an excuse, and that's why we think 2020 was a remarkable year.
For me, it's different. My family, they're extremely upset. They really want to go for that wedding. They want to celebrate and
My
whatnot.
parents as well, actually.
Of course, her parents as well. But at the very moment, we cannot do that. And two, for God's sake, we really don't want to go for an Arab wedding.
And
it's not Arab weddings aren't for you.
Yeah,
they're not for the couple.
For sure.
They're for
the people attending.
For the rest.
So now let's go into the same set of questions for dating. We're gonna do that for marriage. So best thing about marriage. What's the best thing about marriage? After 4 months of experience.
Nobody would say that famous Arabic sentence, الناس حيحكوا, which is like, people are going to start talking if they see you together or out or holding hands or, you know?
True.
So yeah,
Very
I don't
true.
hear that anymore. It's like, الناس حتحكي. I'm like, all right, let them talk.
No fear of
It's not fear, by the way, because we truly don't give a two shit flying fuck about the gossip. But we really get bothered when our parents get affected by it.
Yes, that's
and our
true.
parents really do get affected by it.
Yeah, so after getting married, we could do whatever the hell we wanted. Nobody was saying anything. I mean, maybe they were, but like, who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but we did benefit from a lot of freedom. Best thing about marriage, we live together now.
Yes, my God.
Oh my God, it's so much fun.
Like it's you know when they say, oh, imagine being married to your best friend, sleepovers every day.
That's exactly what it is.
That's actually what it is.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think that's my answer. Number one, best thing, just living together, fixing up a place. I mean, our place is not neat most of the time. Yeah, and it feels amazing being married at a young age if you don't plan on making the family bigger. Because that's a whole different story. Okay, but anyway.
Right now we're focusing on just building ourselves and our bank accounts.
Yeah, living together. You know, just it's really fun. Like
support
yeah.
We're always
just doing everything together at home.
Yeah. What about the worst stuff?
Worst thing about getting married for me, I'm not even gonna think about this. Is again. The upholding your duties as a married couple with regards to your relatives and extended family, and
which, by the way, we both suck at that
so badly,
like on a next level. Like
we're talking about hosting dinners / lunches and inviting this and that,
and you need to talk to her uncles and her and she has to talk to my uncles and my family, and there should be like
we
don't get that urge to do that. I mean, if they ever asked anything of us, we'd give them everything we have. But that there are certain things that are expected of you. You need to call them at specific, like let's say every week or every 2 weeks.
Or every Eid.
Oh my God. The awkward.
Gatherings. That's another thing. That's another thing.
Okay, let's not scare people off.
Yeah, I hate it. Okay, but we spoke about the worst thing.
Okay, I want to talk about the worst thing about married life.
But something like related to us.
Yeah,
like you and me. Yeah.
Let's talk about the very big thing, which is the S word, sleep. You don't get much of it anymore, especially when you're sleeping next to this person.
Oh my God, my heart rate.
Don't worry, parents.
Oh God.
Yeah, but for real, like if you're
sleep changes a lot.
A lot. Like you are used to sleeping on your own bed, covered in your own sheets, pillows and whatnot. Like the change is drastic as is, but when you're married to her, she looks sweet and cute and whatever, but for some reason she moves with such brutal force when she's sleeping. Like when people turn around, normally don't have the energy to do that because they're sleepy. So they move.
Please don't break the setup. Please don't break the setup.
She fucks shit up. Like it's like an omelette. Like she just flips and like everything moves and you wake up and you're like, God, I just like, like it's
wow, you're pissed.
It's been like, yes, it's been 4 months.
Oh my God, this is gonna be so loud.
But it's worth it. It's worth it.
I'm sleeping like a baby.
I know.
Every night.
I know.
Every night. But yes, we relate to old couples so much when they complain about sleep.
This is like...
That's your worst thing about marriage? That's fine. I can live with that.
Yeah, no, everything else was beyond my expectations, to be honest. I'm not just saying that so that, she'd love me more. But like, no, it's actually, it's been just good stuff.
Also, let's talk about... like the elephant in the room when it comes to marriage. There's no return. There's no way out. There's no way out. By the way. And also this, like what you're about to hear. We have a different opinion when it comes to divorce.
Yeah.
For me, marriage is a ticket, one-way ticket. That's it. For him, it's a round trip.
It's not a round trip. I mean, why would... Okay. It all depends on one's personality. I'm not the kind of guy that just gives up easily, especially on the people that I truly, truly, truly love. But and I know this is extremely personal, but I've seen family members go through so much shit because they did not just want to get a goddamn divorce.
Yeah.
The depression that they're in, now they're old and they're sad and they're miserable and they can't even stand to look at They can't even stand each other. They can't even look each other in the eye, and it's not
like
worth
the
it.
Absolute last resort.
I mean,
absolute last resort. Like when I want to think about divorce, I think about counseling first. I think about
yes, of
so
course.
many different things.
It's not that I've been upset for a year. Like even a year
but
is
people
not
do that.
good enough.
That's the problem.
Even being not really happy for a year is not a good enough reason to get divorced. Yeah. You need to exhaust
substantial evidence.
Yeah, you need to exhaust all your options.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Know,
it's the last resort.
Yeah, you need to first know that your partner is doing everything they can. Yeah, and so with expectations comes disappointment. So if you expect your partner to just understand what's going on and to read your brain and to have that connection you guys had when you were 18 or 19 or when you were newlywed, that shit doesn't happen. Communication truly is key, you know? So after exhausting 100%. All of your options, and she's still a bitch, divorce her.
Why is this entire episode on me?
What?
All right. Last part of this episode is going to be called the Newlywed Game. I've prepared, and I promise this is spontaneous, I've prepared 7 questions. They're funny, they're funny, they're random, and he's prepared 5 or 6.
5, yeah, I can ask some dumb shit.
Okay. And we're going to ask each other these questions.
Okay.
Ready? I'm going
You
to start because I have more.
Yeah.
What's the silliest fear I have?
Silliest fear. She cannot turn on a stove.
No, don't say that.
I'm gonna say that. She cannot turn on a fucking stove.
Don't say that because the next question is like, what machine or appliance in our house
The stove!
aggravates me the most? Is it the same answer?
It's a fucking stove.
So I have 6 questions, you guys.
Yeah,
Not
like
7.
for some reason she's like, Sari, I can't do this shit. I'm like, what's happening? She's like, I can't turn it on. And the thing is, what does she do? She like turns it on and she just like hits and run. I mean, like it's not like a 1700 stove. Nothing's gonna happen.
Come on, we have such an old stove.
Still, it's functional. I've been using it for like 10 years.
All right.
It's not that old. Yeah.
Next.
Okay, my question. Actually, since you have 7, ask me 2.
That was 2. I just asked 2 questions.
Cool. Okay. Now, pet peeves. Would you rather eliminate my chewing out loud thing or my yawning while talking?
Okay, someone just rang the doorbell. Pause. I'd go with yawning while talking.
Why?
Yeah. I can't. I really can't. No.
For some reason, she
No.
She literally yells at me.
It's not some reason. Close your mouth and finish whatever. No, not close your mouth. Sorry. Open your mouth. Finish the yawn and then speak. If I were a man for one day, what would you think I would do first?
If you were a man?
For one day, yeah. What's the first thing I would do?
These are actually really good questions.
Thank you.
Okay, knowing you, the first thing you would do is go to the gym and check out the potential of your body if you're a man, because you always speak of
Yeah. Oh my God, that is so true.
of
Physical capabilities.
physical capabilities
Yeah.
and differences between males and females when it comes to testosterone and whatnot. So I think the first thing you would actually do is you
Check
just
out
rush to the
what-
gym.
Yeah. So yeah, you said we were cut off by the third time someone rings the doorbell today.
Fucking hell.
Suddenly we're very loved. Anyway, so yeah, you said physical capabilities of a man.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree. I think men are so
Lucky. In that aspect.
in that aspect. Yes. I think I'm not going to say lucky because women can also do amazing things. We don't have to talk about that, but because I'm a person who is very much interested in sports, obviously I would like to be in a man's shoes and see what the body can go through. Because if you compare someone my age, my build, female, and then my age, my build, male, the male is
Will
definitely
outperform the female.
yeah,
Most
for
of the
sure,
time, yeah.
for sure, exactly. Biologically, yeah, in every way possible. So yeah. Next.
Okay, so my question. What was the sexiest phase we've been through? Like when we were attracted to each other the most?
CrossFit.
CrossFit, definitely, huh?
When we trained together. When we did CrossFit together.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were back in Lebanon, we trained together for the first time ever.
Yeah.
She had a really huge background when it comes to CrossFit knowledge.
Knowledge-wise.
Yeah, and I was never exposed to such communities or the sport itself. So, and we used to get fired up and we used to get really attracted and impressed
Yeah.
by each other when we broke new PRs or
Yeah.
performed very well, or
Yeah.
when we know that, okay, that's
When
her
we just-
limit,
when
and
we
then
just-
she breaks it, we're like, what?
Oh, yeah. When we just lifted and not even lifted, when we just trained together, whenever we trained together, wherever that was, I would always, I don't know, I would always be so attracted.
Of course. But ever since then, we haven't truly trained with each other because, in Kuwait, they don't offer such facilities.
They
where
do actually.
males and female, without paying your giving away your
Guts.
kidneys, you know, like
Yes.
for a yearly subscription. You need to pay like 1,100 or something. What the hell?
That's true. All right, next. What is my weirdest quirk? Things that make me unique, bad or good. I don't know. It's just, what is my weirdest quirk? Something that makes me very me.
Okay. I don't know how to explain this without sounding so silly. But she has this thing where, you know how in movies and series when someone is feeling down, they sing but weirdly. They go like, you know, like she does that a lot. And when I say a lot, I
That
mean
is my
like
weirdest quirk.
a lot. Okay, and she does that, and then she remixes different music.
I'm my own self DJ.
Like, yeah, and not in the good way.
No.
She takes the song, butchers it, cuts it into different pieces, and then she just mashes things together.
Yeah.
They don't sound well, but she enjoys it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say the way their relationship with music and how it reflects on her personality. The whole, you know, like it's like a character.
Maybe
you know?
once I'm warmed up to this, I do a special.
I hope not.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. If I were to learn one of these things, and when I say learn, I mean I become professional at it, not for money reasons, but for
Just you.
you and me,
Okay.
relationship-wise. Which one would you choose and why?
Okay.
Cooking,
Okay.
massaging,
Okay.
or baking?
Cooking.
Cooking,
For
definitely.
sure. Yeah.
So you would go for me being a great cook
Yeah.
over being a great masseuse or a great baker?
Yeah. For sure.
I
Because
thought
this
you
is-
were going to go for baking.
No. I
Really?
don't want to get fat. No. I
Okay.
wouldn't stop eating. Are you kidding? What is the ugliest animal in the world?
For you?
For you, it's in your eyes. The ugliest animal.
The ugliest animal.
Freshen up. Look at the camera. Next. What is the ugliest animal in the world in your eyes?
I don't think of these things, you know? I don't look at animals and go like, you ugly motherfucker. You know, like I don't have these thoughts. So give me a bit. Oh, yes. Okay. It's not that they're ugly. They just piss me off. Like their personality reflects on their faces.
Good enough.
Monkeys. Fucking monkeys.
They're so cute.
Cute? Okay. There are different there are different species. I think so. Or
No, I think
Types?
it's the ones. Yeah, maybe.
okay. I'm talking about the ones that I've seen in India. These fuckers are assholes. They take your phone,
Yeah.
run away, and if you run after it, their friends fuck you up.
They're smart.
They're assholes. They beat you up. There are videos of monkeys literally running after kids, grabbing them from the fucking foot, and then just dragging them all around for no reason. There is nothing. Hey, let's say
Fine. I'll take your
those
answer.
fuckers, ugly, ugly, inside and out. Okay, if you get a free pass to slap me every time I do a certain action, what would it be? What would that action be?
No brainer. Watching something when you eat. No brainer.
Every time I watch something while I eat, you slap me?
Actually, no. I take that back. Every time you open TikTok. Every time you just press on that TikTok thing that I
Why?
I got so angry. I was going to ask you something, and no, I haven't written it down. What's something that in 20 years people are going to look back at and laugh? And I was just going to pray you say TikTok. Because that's what I would say.
Dude, I'm so sorry, but that social media platform promoted new ways for entertainment. There are people
You're asking me a question.
that are hilarious.
I'm
there.
answering. I'm just answering.
I'm just showing you why you're wrong.
No, you can't say you're wrong.
Oh, I can't say you're wrong.
No.
Okay, fine.
Not
So
when
it
it
would
comes
be
to-
every time I open TikTok,
Yeah.
you'd slap me.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'd get screwed.
I know. I know.
Because I open TikTok on average like 20 times a day.
20?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I spend a lot of time each time I open
okay.
it. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
NCM. Okay.
All right, that was us. We are actually hammered. We are so tired. So maybe that's why we kind of look down. But
We're not down.
we're not down. We're just really tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted this to be very natural, very lighthearted, maybe
I mean,
a
this
little
is
bit,
this is
little bit
actually, by the way,
helpful.
this is what we normally do. We
Yeah.
actually go look up some dumb questions
Yeah.
on the internet and we ask each other those
Yeah.
questions. And we try our, like, what you're seeing right now is like PG-13 or PG-8 actually as compared to what happens in real life because we go on the offense. Like, we, you know? Yeah, but hopefully we're going to get there soon once we
Yeah.
warm up to you and you guys warm up to us.
Yes, so thank you so much. I don't know how many made it this far, but
If you did,
whether you did or didn't, thank you so much for supporting us and telling us to go for this project because this has been fun.
yes, actually it is.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you in the next episode.
See ya!